Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to your 7-card draw. What do I need shadow read for this full moon to new moon, May 2022. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle production since 1998. We just turned 24 years old May 1st. Author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle, link in the description box. Creator on Patreon, patreon.com/Drawing the Circle. I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo, Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hey, feeling good. Feeling good. Doing actually a Libra read on a Libra moon, getting ready for the full moon in Scorpio, not that far away. If you are new to the channel, a 7-card draw is just one card from 7 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline, in this case a waning moon from full to new, the clearing out, the releasing, the surrendering, the shadow work, that's why I call them shadow reads, all of that, right? So clearing the slate so that you can plant a healthy seed at the new moon. Let's look at this 2-week timeline, the full moon in Scorpio. Monday, May 15th, 12:13 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm in New York. So 12:13 a.m. 13 minutes after midnight. So what I recommend, and this is what I do, 11:30 p.m. Sunday to 12:30 a.m. on Monday gets you the witching hour. The witching hour is a half hour in each day, right? 1 foot in each day. That being said, we then look at the releasing, the letting go. All right, so do your full moon, and then get into the waning tide of this to the new moon in Gemini. Monday, May 30th, 7:30 a.m. And if someone could alert Simon Laban, it's a new moon on Monday. He's got to light his torch and wave it for the new moon on Monday. And that's going to be quite a day, 7:30 a.m. on a Monday. Like, to wake up in that energy and cast, to plant a seed. It's just going to be cool. So I'll have the 5-card draw, what do I need reads for the waxing moon. Gemini, I guess that would be Sagittarius, full moon up before that. Cool. Otherwise, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. Your sun is going to get something different than your moon, maybe about the same situation, but different points of view. As well as we all have more than one situation in which we are being asked to alchemize the lead to gold, the pain to peace, the toxic to healthy, the shadow to light, the illusion to truth, if you know what I mean. All right, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And I will get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can for the Libra Collective. I am Mercury conjunct Venus, 3rd house in Libra. So let's see what hits the table, shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Using the Caroline Mace archetype deck, I call upon the collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of the General Assembly, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, the spirit animals and totems, as well as the pantheon of all pantheons, all traditions, lineages, and cultures for the Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, and maybe even their cross-watchers. What is the dominant 8th chakra archetype hovering over their heads like a satellite, beaming down the lesson, the path, the part of the plan through all the other chakras, affecting what they attract and repel this full to new May 2022. The Pioneer archetype, creative family archetype. There are 9 different families. Creativity is one of them, the creative family. What's written on the card is the shadow, and up here the light. This is the lead to gold, the pain to peace, the shadow to light. What you're shooting for, an indication of the shadow work that's possible here, and the hidden blessing, the gold hidden within the lead. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table, so imagine waning, burning off, transforming. alchemizing one into the other. Oh, I think the landscapers are back. If I have to pause this, I will. But let's see what we can get away with. I'll just close the window and talk loud. I'm from New York, and I'm a quarter Sicilian. I can talk loud. The shadow attribute. Compulsive need to keep moving on. Yeah. Yeah, I have a touch. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. This one comes and goes very quickly. So, but some say I am a pioneer. Whatever. In terms of being a gay, purple-haired witch from Long Island, I guess, yeah. But I'm sure I'm not the only one. The shadow attribute, yeah, compulsive need to keep moving on, like in relationships, right? It's a creative family archetype, so the choices that we make here determine how the relationship is created. The light attribute, passion for doing and creating what has never been done before. I have a touch of that. I gotta say, I have a touch of that. So, you know, even in relationships, this is why I talk about the path of true love. It's like, I want a happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, golden soulmate contract with a lover. Because I don't feel like it's ever been done before. Like, check, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, right? So to me, maybe I am a pioneer in that way. All right. That's really the skeleton, the archetypal skeleton of the read. The rest of the cards will fill that out. But now we look at the chakras underneath that, right? So any chakra that's going on, any archetypal pattern going on in the 8th chakra, and there are usually 12 firing all at once. Sacred Contracts, Carolyn Mace, MYSS, but she's a PhD. It beams down, if you like, the lesson for the rest of the chakra, and it affects the masculine, feminine polarity of each chakra, what you attract and what you repel, right? So let's see what hits the table. This is where the shadow work comes in, because it's mental, spiritual power, mental power, willpower, choice. You have to choose to do the shadow work or not, and emotional power. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my goddesses of air, the sign of Libra, powers of the East, please, beloved, gorgeous goddesses of Libra, one card in clarity for the Libra collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What's going on inside of them? Their feminine energy, their internal energy, their personal level of power, their psychological world, their alchemical laboratory where the shadow work begins with that pioneer archetype. What do they need to be aware of to move this thing along, this waning moon? Full to new, May 2022. Okay, let's talk the 8 of flames, the 8 of wands, you know, launching through the air and all of that. Fire is definitely throat chakra, right? Your choices, right? Will spit, swallow, chew, right? And we're used to seeing this in the Rider-Waite Tarot as like messages of love, messages of desire. This is inside, right? Heart, third eye, crown. The key word is burnout. Now, there are a couple of different definitions and meanings, I guess you could say, to burnout. One is the classic contemporary, the contemporary burnout, where you put out more than you take in, you run out of gas, you run out of energy, you burn out. And there's career burnout. There's all sorts of different types of burnout in a process of transformation. And here we have a forest fire, right? Burning out, like, ugh, I cringe at even the sound of a chainsaw. I'm past life dryad, baby. Look it up. But it is also that balance of fire, that manifestation of fire within us, where we're on fire, right? And that's where we see like that 8 of wands, right? Are they taking off or are they landing? It depends on the cards around it, right? But here with burnout, if this is not the literal as the world calls it now, burnout. Oh, remember when burnout in the 70s meant you did a lot of drugs? And in the 80s, oh, you burn out. Now it takes on a whole psychological stance. If that's that, then I get you need some rest, and certainly a waning moon is a good time to do that. But it also does speak of rapid transformation. Fire is the element of transformation. You can't unburn a cookie. So this could really be the passion to do something, right, that's never been done before. It's like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to alchemize. We're going to do what's never been done before. Let's see. The Mythic Tarot will give us the lower 3 chakras, completing the set of 8. If you're going to have company, 8 plates, 8 forks, 8 knives, 8 spoons. The masculine energy, where the Daughters of the Moon Tarot is the inner, the feminine. This is the Mythic Tarot, the outer, the masculine. It has nothing to do with, physical body, gender, or anything like that. But this is the literal world. Lower 3 chakras. Manage your relationships, root chakra, groups, tribes, circles, your nationality, the human race, your favorite band, right? Are you a Yankees fan or a Mets fan? In my family, that's tribal. That's really tribal. Second chakra, your relationship, like an umbilical cord to another person or thing. Like money, sex, power, right? Addictions, all that stuff, your relationship to another thing or person. And solar plexus, your relationship to yourself, your honor code, what you will, what you won't, what you do, what you don't, your self-esteem, your survival intuition that nobody usually gets but you. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Libra, powers of the East. I feel you looking at me. Please. One card in clarity for the Libra collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, and maybe even their cross-watchers. What do they need to be aware of? Lower 3 chakras. From the outside, looking in at them from the inside, looking at a person, place, or thing, which I believe is called a noun as a person, place, or thing, to help them understand and do what is necessary to do this shadow work with the Pioneer in the 8th, burnout, 8 of flames on the inner. What's going on the outer for them? Lower 3 chakra dynamic, this full to new. Where are you? No, this full to new, May 2022. The Magician. Yes. So yeah, you're initiating something here for sure, or at least from the outside. I get that this is looking at you, like step out of yourself horizontally, right? And this magician's on fire. I mean, this really more fits the creative energy. Fire is definitely creative energy, as well as destructive energy. So this is somebody coming into alignment in order to do this. So keep an eye on your need to keep moving on. It's like, okay, well, I did that. What else you got? Well, stop and smell the roses, right? Rest. You're standing at a crossroads here. This is Hermes, the god of messengers, the messenger of the gods, liars, gamblers, and thieves. He's a dear friend of mine, but he usually doesn't stay the night. With the 4 elements, the wand, the sword, the cup, the pentacle there, doing, the Tony Manero Saturday Night Live tarot stance, channeling this through, bringing this through, creative family archetype. You got it. Makes sense. And if this is indeed, like I said, what contemporarily we call burnout, well, then we'll see if that plays itself out. But you kind of know what to do. Don't run. Rest. Sorry, did I just give you mama voice? Can't help it. If you met my mother, you'd get it. Okay, a healing mantra. Particularly for air signs, helpful. Particularly, I would think, for Libras, because you're able to be the still point in the center of the balance while the mantra does its deal. The Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck, highly recommend it. Most of my clients, I think, have bought this deck as a result of the readings I do here and the private readings I do for them. So let's see what hits the table. The Ascended Masters of the General Assembly, because this could be about anything. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. as I call upon the ascended masters of the General Assembly for the Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the perfect, specific healing mantra for the Libras and cross watchers to help them heal in this alchemical process of the pioneer, 8 of flames, on the inner, the magician on the outer, so they can use an element of air, right? A mental thing, a mantra, a covering, a mind tool to help them do this, right? And get ready for that Gemini moon this full to new May 2022. Here we go. Shadow work, demystifying the darkness. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. So, the shadow, it's literally the shadow attribute here. Compulsive need to keep moving on. There's fear under that. Lead is an insulator. Energy can't move through it. Gold is a conductor. It's a very powerful conductor. That's why so many of our devices cost so much, because they're using gold. Why? Because it's high quality, right? And it's of high value. So I'm going to read you from the Bookie Book. This is one of 3 Bookie Book reads that we're doing here. But this is exactly what these readings are for. And I know everybody loves the timeless reads, you know. It's like, yeah, but it's the waxing and the waning moon that manage what happens in the meantime when you're waiting for your true love soulmate to show up with $10 billion and really nice hair. Let's have a look here. Demystifying the darkness. It is the shadow work card in this magnificent healing deck. So let me read you what Matt Kahn has to say, because there was Kubla, there was Genghis, there was Madeline, there was Chaka, and then there's Matt Kahn. Demystifying the darkness. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. Not my never-ending analysis. My love needs to be sent. When darkness is demystified, the scariest feelings, thoughts, ideas, and beliefs are seen as cries for attention from your most hurt and broken parts. So I'm going to say now that this is the interior furnace. This is the choice to say, all right, if this fear, this compulsive thing, because who wants to be compelled? I'm a free agent, thank you very much. I don't want to be compelled by anything, but it's in the shadow. We're not aware of it, or if we are aware of it, we don't want to deal with. So what does alchemy need? It takes time, it takes pressure, and it takes heat. So this is very much that, fine, we're going to burn out those 3 atoms in the lead to make gold through some kind of, I would think, spiritual practice, discipline, or initiation, meaning to initiate something in terms of demystifying this darkness, right? Once the darkness is illuminated, you are able to be the light that transforms the dark, instead of hiding in the light to avoid moments of darkness. There is probably a link in the description box, a movie called The Shadow Effect. It's a YouTube video featuring Debbie Ford that talks about shadow work in a very, I think, very well produced, almost like The Secret, but for shadow work. It's really good. Blessed be Debbie Ford, may the goddess rest you. Just as the light can acknowledge how much pain lurks in the darkness, hello, it is the power of your unconditional love that brings your shadow out of hiding. So running from the shadow doesn't work. Repressing it, suppressing it, all it does, it goes into the cell tissue, down through the root chakra, and into the collective consciousness of humanity, where then somebody does something crazy, like start a war, or challenge the rights over women's bodies to do what they want to do with it, right? It's like, that's the shadow. And there really is only one shadow. But shadow is not a thing. It is an absence of light. Fear is not a thing. It is an absence of love. So this is saying, demystifying the darkness is getting, oh, this is pain in me, and collectively as well. And if you're an empath, how much you want to bet the majority of what you're dealing with is of the world, right? Everybody dealing with it, or at least a percentage of people. Just saying. This mantra is ideal for overcoming fear, particularly the compulsive need to keep moving on. Dealing with night terrors. I just cast circle and just start banishing with whatever I have handy. And transcending the perception of scarcity. Course in Miracles, you cannot have a thought of fear without lack, and you cannot have a thought of lack without fear. So the next time you're thinking about this or that might be lacking in any way, just ask yourself, is there a fear here? You'll find yes. And anytime you're feeling afraid, you can say, what's the lack here? And certainly the compulsive need to move on is about the fear of the lack of freedom. Right? Getting tied down, ball and chain, yeah, lovely imagery. Hard pass, swipe left. No, mon ami. Let's see what the higher selves of all involved have to say. The Whispers of Love Oracle. This is the party turner deck. All of a sudden we're dealing with something we had no idea was going to hit the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, what is the whisper of love for the Libra collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, the piece of information, inspiration, insight they need from their higher dimensional selves to assist them in this alchemy that needs to be done with this pioneer in the 8th, burnout in the inner, magician on the outer. They have everything they need to do this, but demystifying the darkness, their shadow, really showing them where their love needs to be sent. So whispers of love, what do you got? Information, inspiration, insight, this full to new, May 2022. It's in the title. Romance. I knew it was a romantic read. I just didn't want to say it because I wanted to see what other cards at the table, because I'm Mercury conjunct Venus and Libra. I wanted to make sure it all balanced out. Romance. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. It's a romantic read. I don't know if it's the first one of the series, but it do make sense for Libra. 7th Housers, partnership, marriage, the shadow self. Read Sacred Contracts by Carolyn May. She breaks down the 12 houses of the zodiac so brilliantly. She's amazing. I love her. So yeah, this is a romance read. So this one's going to be a pioneer, demystifying the darkness in romance, but we still got 2 more cards to hit the table. So that, like I said, party turner, Tina turned into the party. And I'm referring to, Tina Turner, not any other kind of Tina. Unless it's Louise. The Divine Animals Oracle, because if you're going to do the shadow work, we are in animal bodies, so of course we have connection to the animal kingdom. Spirit animals and totems are not exactly the same thing, but that's a conversation for another day. But the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacey DeMarco, I cannot recommend it highly enough. I love this deck. So, you're going to do the shadow work, you might as well see who's with you and ask for their help, because they're there to help. Please take a nice deep breath. This is my favorite one. Still point. It's like all of a sudden being in this gigantic wild animal preserve vibrationally. As I call to the beloved spirit animals and totems for the Libra collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Getting info, I would think, for the cross watchers. Who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them. Giving them the protection, the guidance, the grace, the love, the wisdom, the power to help them alchemize this pioneer, burnout on the inner, magic on the outer, demystifying the darkness in romance. To help them do this, and to help everybody else on the planet do this as a result. What is the Divine Animals Oracle message? Beautiful, beloved pantheons of the spirit animals and totems for the Libra. This full to new May 2022. The Raven, nevermore. I think Virgo just got this. No. I forgot, why can't I see that? A father, activating third eye, new love, blessed home. I don't know. It's in there. Somebody. Oh no, Virgo did have it. News. So this is about kind of getting that not all that you hear might be so very accurate. Card number 23, news. North, east, west, south is, I believe, the original acronym on that. People forget, this stuff's been around for centuries, and we lose the meaning of words and make new ones. Breathe. Raven, card number 23. Keep your senses about you. News or a significant announcement is coming. Okay, so it may not be time to pull this creative trigger yet. Okay? Do not believe everything you hear unless it is from reputable sources. Gather information and guidance before making decisions. Well, and the Magician is, in a way, a decision card, even though it's the first card of the major arcana. It is that then decision to initiate, to bring it in together. It's very throat chakra I'm kind of getting here, and also news, throat chakra, right? What you speak and what you hear. Gather information and guidance before making decisions. We can stride through other worlds, not just this one, in order to understand our nature. Yeah, they go into the mythology and the animal behavior, and they talk about the Allfather Odin of the Norse pantheon and his crows. I'm going to read the magic here. Raven magic, and in this case, Satyr, S-E-I, Satyr, S-E-I-D-R, Raven magic is trance-like and news gathering. So, as a magician, what was that spell from Charmed? Break the chains of time and space and let my spirit soar. Let the switch's arms embrace the life that haunts before. Well, you could tweak it. Libra. You could tweak that. Ravens here are used as magical messengers going between the worlds, gathering guidance and information. If we think about Odin's process of sending his thoughts and memory, those are the two ravens, out into the worlds, plural, because there are 9 of them, then we can see the essence of the shamanic act of sending oneself out to other realms for guidance or healing. Raven energy is useful in divination of all kinds and shamanic, astral, travel. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot going on. Well, ravens, there should be a lot going on. Nevermore, more again. So, there may not be all the information on the table here for this. Again, you are in the Magician. It is the first card of the major arcana. The Fool is the 0. It has no numeric value. It's in between the world and the Magician. So there are decisions to be made here, but wait, because the compulsive need to move on, you might be jamming on the gas when the soul is saying, no, stay here, chill out, come into balance. There is news coming, and certainly if you're not getting the news that you want, know that you're getting the news that you need, but to do a little Raven magic, right? Call it in. Daughter of Trigon. I said that in the Virgo reading yesterday, too. Hey, I'm a DC Comics geek. Sue me. No, don't. You don't want to sue a witch. Trust me. Not one that has lawyers in the family. Ounce of prevention's worth a pound of cure. Alright, as I said in the archetype card for the Pioneer of the Light, there's a hidden blessing. There's gold within the lead if you do the shadow work. We're going to use the Blessed Bee, the mystical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empower. We're going to confer the blessing for real, but to give you an idea of what's going on here underneath and within it all. I've got Gwen Stefani in my head. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Because you're really lovely underneath it all. As I call upon the pantheons of all pantheons, all traditions, lineages, and cultures, please, one card in clarity, what is the hidden blessing for the Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, and maybe even their cross watchers, the hidden blessing that comes from the alchemy of the pioneer, embracing their passion for doing and creating what has never been done before, working with this Eight of Flames on the inner, that burnout to burn out the 3 extra atoms, the choice to do it, the passion, that 8 of Wands flying through the air passion, for them to embrace that, because there's magic in it with the Magician on the outer, but it's their choice. But demystifying the darkness also says that there are places inside of them that want them to move on, that want them to run more flight than stand their ground and fight, quote unquote, to be grounded and see this through. So their shadow is showing them where their love needs to be sent. They are the light and the unconditional love that demystifies the darkness. And this is a romantic thing, and we all have romantic issues, because, you know, it's a hero's journey, the path of true love. But for them to lavish the one that they love with their personal attention and affection could bring up the shadow. Just could do that, right? And so there is news for them to work that Raven. Work it, Raven! Oh my God. Now I've got RuPaul's Drag Race in my head. Oh, Drag Wars. There's RuPaul, Michelle Visage, Carson, and oh my God, his name just went out of my head. How could his name go out of my head? Ross Matthews, oh my God, is R2-D2. Sorry. I'm a little distracted. Today the moon is in Libra. So, pantheons of the divine who apparently love a good joke, that's why you let me do this, please. What is the hidden blessing if they do that Raven magic, right? Pay attention, not making any life-changing decisions until they have all the info here. The hidden blessing for them should they do the shadow work. This full to new, May 2022. That was a long one. A blessing on a home. A blessing on a home. And Leo got this. A blessing on a home. Now, I would put home in quotes there, because it may not necessarily be a purely physical home. But I will say, for a pioneer who's always moving on, home is anathema. Home is like, oh, no, on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again, right? Compulsive. Oh, have you been out riding fences for so long, desperado? All right, let's do this. A blessing on a home. Gorgeous card. All of these cards are gorgeous. Thank you, Lucy Cavendish. I hope we get to meet someday. If you drink, I'll buy you a drink. Card number 10. Blessing on a home. Now, all kidding and joking aside, I'm well aware of what's going on planet Earth. Your happiness is a service to all. The more you manifest your heart's desires, clean up the shadow work, you're helping everybody on planet Earth, including global stuff. So how many people want a safe home? Ukraine, anybody? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so you do this for you, you're doing it for everybody. It's a lovely blessing. Oh, and, you know, all kidding aside, we do these blessings for real here. That's really my true purpose, conveying the blessing. Everything else is just fun and games, but I make it look good. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheons of the divine, please confer this blessing through me. A blessing on a home. A blessing for a home with protective presence, a creative field within which you can thrive and be reborn night after night, day after day. May the walls of your home hold strong against the influences of the world outside. Within the walls and beneath the sheltering roof of your home, may you find privacy and comfort and freedom to be who you are when all about you falls away and there are no more eyes to watch you. I feel like I've been living this since the pandemic. began. May you have comfort, good food, nourishing rest, healing, quiet, true friends who come and go in ways that bring you both joy and companionship. Oh my God, yeah. May you offer hospitality freely and gladly, and may the blessings you offer be returned in the opening of homes to you in return. It's not all just one way. Libra, balance, justice. May the borders of your home be protected and guarded by angels. Within its spaces, may there be a place for intimacy, connection, friendships, privacy, conversation, calm, the roar of laughter, the soft fall of tears, and the quiet peace of hope. May your life take shape within your home. May there be births, and when deaths come, let them be kind ones. Let the home you create become the very essence of what home can be, and may it, in return, offer you your body, your soul, the most nourishing of spaces between the worlds. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So motivating. Sounds like somebody's shacking up. Shacking up's all you want to do. Does make sense. Pioneer, compulsive, moving on, or do something that ain't never been done before. You got the passion for it, you got the drive for it, but are you a little burnt out? Doesn't matter, you have all the tools. You can bring this into alignment. It is, after all, the 2-week waning moon period of demystifying the darkness, your shadow showing you exactly where your love within yourself needs to go, pertaining to romance, so that you can lavish your love and attention upon the one that you love. But do understand there's news coming in. If it's not coming in this way, bring it in this way. Call in that raven magic for a blessing on a home. Literal, emotional, spiritual, all of that with a side of fries. My God, Libra, it looks like somebody might be settling down yet still doing what's never been done before. Cardinal air, creative earth, Libra. So did you like it? Like the video. Help the Libras find this. Help the Libras shack up with their romance, right? And if you want more of me, because I'm the fun one apparently, subscribe. It's what I hear people do when they like people on YouTube. I highly recommend it, because I'm not stopping anytime soon. And this is just the tip of the iceberg here on YouTube. You want to go deeper? You want to go into the deeper mysteries with Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, then come Patreon. On Patreon, patreon.com/drawingthecircle. I post stuff there every single day. Exclusive content, spells, you have access depending on what subscription level you take, access to the video classes that I've done, that with actual people in the room on video. It's something worth checking out. So regardless, seriously, wishing you all, my lovely Libras, my scales, the very best and the very blessed of this full to new May 2022. Keep it in balance and make it look good. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.